All right, let's talk about FPV drone simulators. You know, I really wanted to make a video about FPV simulators, but there's like 500 other FPV simulator videos that are like the best FPV simulator of 2025. And then when, that video gets old and allegedly outdated, they just add a new year to the title. But there are some other things that I don't think a lot of people tend to talk about when it comes to using an FPV simulator that I think are a little bit more important than which one you choose specifically. Personally, I have like 3 FPV sims on my computer right now. I have Velocidrone, Liftoff, and Uncrashed. And I guess if you count the GTA 5 FPV mod, then that's 4. But I do consider that to be a simulator because it does work like flying an FPV drone. The muscle memory and the mechanics are exactly the same as any other sim. So what exactly is an FPV simulator good for? Well, the first thing and the most important thing that I think a simulator provides is it provides new pilots the ability to learn how to operate an FPV drone. And a simulator really helps with building that muscle memory that you need to be able to actually go out and fly an actual FPV drone. Another good thing that the simulator is good for is learning new tricks and maneuvers for freestyle. Because maybe you don't want to learn how to do a trippy spin for real with your real drone around a flagpole or something because you may crash and break something. So maybe you spend about an hour or 2 hours in the simulator just learning how to do a trippy spin and then taking that and translating that muscle memory into real life. Now, another good thing that the simulator is good for is practicing racing, because in Velocidrone, a lot of the multi-GP tracks are already there. So if you're going to a race, there's probably a chance that that track that is at the race is going to be in Velocidrone. So then before the race, you can practice that course and get proficient at the course before you even go to the race. That way you don't have to spend all that time on race day learning the track. You're already ready. And that's something that I wish I would have done more of when I was racing. So I know there are like 30 or so different simulators that exist for FPV. And every different person will tell you that the sim that they use is the absolute best and they love it more than anything because the gravity and the physics are like perfect. But that doesn't really matter. You just need to find the one that you like. Now, personally, I mainly use Uncrashed. And the reason that I liked Uncrashed the most is because it has a really cool layout builder. So you can build custom maps. And I don't build them, but other people do. And some people build actual real locations that you may go fly. Like, for example, Gringo built a map for Beasts of the East that is pretty much 1-to-1 of that location. Also, everybody I know just uses Uncrashed. And so when I want to go hang out with some people that I know in Uncrashed, we get on there and it's for like an hour and it's fun. I started off on Liftoff, which I think Liftoff is fine. It works. It's got some cool real locations. It has Bardwell's house if you want to fly there, I guess. Some people will say that Uncrashed has better physics than Liftoff. And I don't know if anybody says that Liftoff has better physics than Uncrashed, but Liftoff is probably the one that a lot of people start out on because I think Rotor Riot funded it or something. I don't really know. I just know that the little characters in Liftoff have Rotor Riot shirts. But Liftoff is a adequate simulator. They're all adequate simulators if you're just starting out. Another good one, maybe not for freestyle as much as racing, is Velocidrone. Because as I mentioned, Velocidrone has all the race maps in it. So all the courses that you would fly in a real race probably exist on Velocidrone. And I think it's only like $15. They're all really only like $15-$20, to be honest. They're not that expensive. And I think most of them you can get on Steam. So if you're already a big gamer, you can just use your Steam account and download whatever sim you want. A new simulator that I just finally installed that I like more than pretty much any of the other ones is the GTA 5 mod, because it's just fun. It's way more fun because you're in the game. You can go into the GTA 5 mod, drone mode. You can fly around. Then you can go back to your character and raise your wanted level in GTA 5. there's one final one that I want to mention, and that is on DIYFPV.com, which is the FPV forum. There is a browser-based, vibe-coded FPV simulator. So if you have no money, you have a radio, and you want to learn FPV, that is probably one of the best options because it doesn't cost anything. You just plug your radio in, and you get the feel of how to fly an FPV drone. Also, if you're a new person into FPV, whatever simulator you go with, make sure you use an actual FPV radio, because using like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller is not going to be the same. And what's cool about modern ELRS Radio Master or Edge TX based radios is they have Bluetooth in them. So you can either plug in your radio via USB to your computer, or you can use the built-in Bluetooth to connect. And I've been using the Bluetooth, and it's been pretty solid. Now, if you're brand new to flying FPV, you should definitely spend as much time as you possibly can in the sim, because you need to learn that muscle memory and you need to practice. And if you try practicing with your real drone, it may be bad for you. If you've been flying drones for a long time, me personally, if I spend too much time in the simulator and I start doing tricks that I already know in the simulator, and I'm doing things that I'm comfortable with in real life in the simulator, once I go back out into the real world with my real drone, I find that it starts to feel a little weird, because no matter what you do, no matter what your settings are in the sim, and no matter how close to real life you think the gravity and the physics and all that are in the sim, it's never going to be real life. And I mean, I can't say that that's like that for everybody, but for me, that's how it is. So I try to limit how much time I spend in the simulator, just so things don't feel too weird when I'm actually flying a real drone. But results may vary depending on the pilot. So I guess ultimately, if you're learning to fly FPV, be in the sim as much as possible. If you're moderately experienced at FPV, be in the sim as much as you're comfortable with. And if you hate flying in the simulator, then you know what? Just go out and fly your actual drone, because it's probably more fun anyway.